You see me, you hear me. You see me, you hear me. You see it, y'all. You see what's on the screen. So my YouTube family, I'm live here on Clubhouse as well. Good evening, Olivia. I see you over there. I am live here on YouTube. If you see what's on the screen, y'all, I took a little break, and this is a very soft announcement. Let me make this screen larger. This is a soft announcement, but your girl is back. I am back. I am back on the campaign trail to the United States Senate. We're not playing. We're not playing. And I bring you this broadcast to keep up with Congress. We have to keep our eyes on what's happening in legislation. There are bills being introduced that we have no clue about. Reparations, of course, is at the top of my agenda. We're going to need some leverage, y'all. We can't go in there not knowing the game that's being played, not knowing the players. So keeping up with Congress, y'all, I'm going to bring it to you live right here on YouTube. I'm going to bring it to you live right here in Clubhouse, Monday through Thursday, from 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 5:30, but I have another half hour that I'm going to lend over to our Clubhouse family. So I see you coming in over here on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit the share button. Spread the word about this broadcast, y'all. Like I said, we're on the campaign trail again. This is a very soft announcement. We're going to make a formal announcement next month. I see you over there, Don. Thank you for joining in. We're going to make a formal announcement next month, but we're going to get this party started. We got work to do. We can't be sitting around twiddling our thumbs. This is a race to the United States Senate, and we got work to do. So let's keep up with Congress. Like I said, when we go, we're going to have leverage. We're going to have to know how this game is being played, these bills that are in session. We're going to have to know the players. Who are these other legislators? What are they doing? We got to keep our eyes on Congress, y'all. So when we get there, we're not behind the 8 ball. We're not catching up. We keeping up because we've been keeping up the whole time. Olivia, if you would ping in some folks, bring them over to the room. If you're on Clubhouse, bring them over to the room. Encourage them to listen in. I am going to lend another half hour to Clubhouse to talk about whatever we talk about today. I see you, family. Damn right. Yep, right up. Damn right. We are back. We are taking this thing to Washington. We're not playing. So let's get this party started. I'm going to share my screen for those of you that are watching live on YouTube. You know, I always like to bring you some reparations news. Let me make this a little bit larger so that you guys can see. We definitely have to keep this in the forefront. Let me make this a little larger. All right. Yes. This article I found today that was in the news. You don't want to give us the money for reparation. This is what Revs say. Revs Up. I had to look them up. Revs Up is a podcast. All Revved Up is a podcast platform with 2 columnists, and they had something to say about reparations. It says during a Monday interview on Boston Public Radio, the Rev Irene Monroe and the Rev Emmett G. Price III, they cast a skeptical eye on the notion that Black Americans might see reparations for slavery anytime soon, even with some signs of movement in Congress, y'all. They're skeptical. This article goes on to say, hey, Lions Den, I see you over there. You was joining me on Clubhouse, but I see you over here on YouTube. Yeah, I know we want to watch the screen. I get it. But I'm going to come back to Clubhouse for the last half hour of this broadcast. So this article goes on to say, this is crazy, he said. This is not a bill to move forward reparations. It's just a bill to put together a commission to study the idea. They're talking about HR 40. It is a bill just to study the idea, but we got to start where we are. You know, John Conyers introduced this bill, God rest his soul, in 1989. This bill has been introduced in every Congress ever since. And this is the first time in history that it's actually passed out of committee, and it's on its way to the House floor. So this is where we are. Thank God we're here. You know, we're just going to keep pushing, but he says it's crazy. He said Monroe goes on to express a shared price cynicism and added that she doesn't expect this current bill to do much more than kick the reparations can down the road. Well, if we kicking the can down the road, hell, we doing something. Let's just keep kicking the damn can down the road, right? Let's keep kicking it. He goes on to say, she says, I'm really tired by it. She said, this talk about reparations. She said, let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. You don't want to give us the money. And the reason you don't want to give us the money is because you don't want to address the history and the horror of slavery. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But we still gonna kick this damn can down the road. We're gonna keep kicking it, right? Right, my Clubhouse family. I see you, Christopher. Thank you for joining in on Clubhouse. I see you, my YouTube family. Y'all coming on in. I see you. HR 40 is not currently scheduled for a vote in the House, given the razor-thin Democratic majority in the Senate. The bill is unlikely to make it to President Joe Biden's desk, even if it does pass the House. Well, hell, if it passed the House, we're going to have to work that Senate. And that's why I'm running. And that's why I put my name back out there, y'all. And this is not my first run, not my second run, not your girl's third run. This is not my fourth run, y'all. This will be my fifth run. Make a fish, y'all. This will be my fifth run for office. But I'm committed. Every race has we've gained traction. Every race, we've gotten more and more people, voters engaged. People know my name, which is in Georgia. Honestly, it's a damn popularity contest, unfortunately. But it's going to be about reparations, because I'm going to keep stomping and I'm going to keep calling people out. Trust and believe. So getting back to the article, it says, it really is about dignity, Price said. The American nation, and more importantly, the American conscience, has really not wrestled with the fact that Black people still remain undignified, because many white people do not want to give us the dignity of human citizenship. They don't want to see us as full human beings. She sounds a little, she sounds disheartened, but guess what? It's those of us that are in this fight. We just gonna keep fighting. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep working. When our people get heavy, what we do, we just ask them to take a break, take a rest. Those of us who still got some energy, we keep fighting. And then we ask that person to come on back and continue to fight with us. We can't get weary in well doing, right? Amen. Let the church say amen. Let's just keep it moving. Keeping up with Congress, y'all. Keeping up with Congress. Let me remove this banner. I think it's all right. We'll keep it there. All right. This was all revved up the podcast. I found another article today about the NAACP in North Carolina. The NAACP seeks reparations commission. This is the NAACP in North Carolina. I thought this was quite interesting. The NAACP High Point branch asked the city Monday to establish a commission on reparations to address a reparation and repair agenda for the Black citizens of High Point. And see, this is where it's messed up. Those of you who know me and know me well, and who've watched this candidacy, who supported this candidacy, the first thing we talked about was the fact that we're going to have to define those of us who are descendants of chattel slavery in the law. Number one, let me say that again. Number one, those of us who are descendants of chattel slavery, we have to have a legal definition. So we're going to have to define, because you see this word Black, it says the NAACP High Point branch asked the city Monday to establish a commission on reparations to address a reparation and repair agenda for the Black citizens of High Point. Black is all encompassing. They throw us all in one pot, and we just all Black, but all skin folks ain't kin folks, right? I see Kurt. I see you, KRT. You says, thank you, sis. I'm gonna put your comment up. Thank you, sis. You damn sure got my vote, and I am with you 100%. Let's go. Yes, brother. Yes, we are. Yes, we back. We're back in the saddle. This is a soft announcement, but we're gonna make a hard, formal announcement next month, Juneteenth. Let's just make it happen when it needs to happen. We'll push it out then, because it'll be most appropriate. So yeah, I'm still riding NAACP. He says again, NAACP is an entity we have to watch. They are not really a Black organization, so-called Black. Amen. We got to keep our eyes on them. Going back to the article, Branch President James Adams told the city council that a commission would study the needs of the Black community and recommend ways to make up for the legacy of slavery, segregation, and other injustices. See that word Black again, family. I see you, Clubhouse family. That word Black again, YouTube family. Goes on to say, our goal is to show that the redistribution of resources in High Point is good business for High Point. Ooh, it's a business deal. Y'all see this is good business. You was right, KRT. There it is right there. It's good business for High Point. Y'all want to do it for business purposes. Okay. As we grow together as one community, Adams said, a commission charged with the responsibility to identify the needs of the Black community and to determine the disparity that exists will bring to bear how we right the wrongs of the past, leveling the field for Blacks in High Point, which will pave the way for equity on all fronts. Y'all, We got to watch them. You right, KRT. We got to watch them, brother. The council voted 9-0 to send a request for a commission to the Prosperity and Livability Commission for further study. Yeah, y'all, let's keep our eyes on North Carolina. I'm scared of what they're gonna do. Black, all encompassing. Who they about to help? Because we see what happening over in Evanston. It was an attempt. We appreciate it, but you know, that word black is just all encompassing, and it's just a few people. So we don't know what's going on over in Evanston. So this looks like the same MO right here. So North Carolina. The next article I found today was about was this Brown University? Yes, Brown University. That says colleges push anew for reparations for slavery and racism. For Brown University students, the Ivy League college's next step in its year-long quest to atone for its legacy of slavery is clear. It's clear, y'all. Pay up, pay up. Nearly two decades after the Providence, Rhode Island institution launched its much lauded reckoning, undergraduate students this spring voted overwhelmingly for the university to identify the descendants of slaves that worked on campus and begin paying them reparations. At the University of Georgia, community activists want the school to contribute to Athens' effort to atone for an urban renewal project that destroyed a Black community in the 1960s to make way for college dorms. And at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., there's growing dissatisfaction among some slave descendants about the Catholic institutions pioneering reparations efforts. Yeah, so this is a reckoning. This is a reckoning that's happening in this country. Our ancestors are rising up. God is in control. I do believe that this is the 400 years of us being in captivity is over. It's over. It's over. Reparations is here. Reparations is now. We coming to Washington to get our check. It's a reckoning. Again, I am Tamara Johnson-Shealy. I told you this is a very soft announcement. We are back on the campaign trail. This is Keeping Up with Congress. I ask that you go to the website Tamara for Georgia, Tamara for Georgia, all spelled out, FOR, tamaraforgeorgia.com. Make a contribution. Get on a monthly payment plan because, you know, we got a whole year. This race, I am primary in Raphael Warnock. We are back in the saddle. So you might want to give a little bit every month to make sure that when it's time to hit this thing, the way we're going to have to hit the pavement, that we are already in position. I'm real clear that we're going to have to raise a lot of money. A lot of money. We got to raise this money, and it's going to take more than what we've had. So let's make sure we get it done. So go to the website. It's Tamara, Tamara, for FOR. Georgia spelled out. You see it in the clubhouse. You see the club, Tamara for Georgia. You can click on the club. Pamela, I see you. Thank you for joining me in the room today. YouTube family, tamaraforgeorgia.com. Go to the website. Get on your monthly payments, however you need to do it. But let's make sure that we have what we need, because we can't come out the gate stalling. So moving on, I like to always bring you what's in the halls of Congress. These hearings that are coming up. These hearings that are coming up this week, Wednesday, tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Continuing injustice, the centennial of the Tulsa Greenwood Race Massacre. Y'all, please tune in. We got to pay attention. This is going to be a conversation about what happened in Tulsa, the Greenwood community that was destroyed. We know the story. America acting like they don't know the story. We know the story. There's a committee hearing tomorrow. Tune in, y'all. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the Judiciary House Committee. Does it have it here? Judiciary Subcommittee on Constitution, Civil Rights, and Civil Liberties. The next one is the misuse of tax dollars and corporate welfare in the oil and gas industry. It's something we need to pay attention to. Like I said, we're not going to Washington and not know the players and not know the game. We're going to keep our eyes on everything, because guess what? We're going to have to negotiate. I'm real clear that we're going to have to go to Washington and negotiate our redress, negotiate our repair. We're not going to Washington and they're just going to give it to us. I'm definitely, when we get there, writing that first piece of legislation again to define us in the law. The second piece is to create the reparations administration. Just like we have the VA, we need the RA, the reparations administration. We need a whole federal agency that will house our redress for generations to come. We're not playing with this. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on Congress and what they're doing in the House, what they're doing in the Senate, so we can understand, again, the players, and we can understand this game. Politics is a game. It's a sport. And we need to understand the rules, the players, and the game. So we're going to pay attention. I'm going to bring you information about these hearings. I'm going to bring you information about what's in the news specific to reparations. I'm going to bring you information about bills that are coming through the House and through the Senate. We're playing politics, y'all. They're not going to play us. Again, so this is the misuse of tax dollars and corporate welfare in the oil and gas industry. This is in the House Natural Resources Committee. This is tomorrow, Wednesday, May 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Another hearing is the hearing to examine the Internal Revenue Service, focusing on narrowing the tax gap and improving taxpayer services. Let's pay attention, y'all. These are tax dollars. It's the money we send. This is the money they spend. We send, they spend, right? Keeping Up with Congress is in the Senate Appropriations Committee, Wednesday, tomorrow, May 19th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Talitha, for joining in. I see you in my clubhouse space over there. Thank you for joining in the room. Ping some folks. I'm going to come back at the half hour, and we're going to have a robust conversation, but we're going to get through this Keeping Up with Congress and bringing keeping people abreast of what's happening in the halls of the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate. The next hearing is the hearing to examine federal, state, and private forest lands, focusing on opportunities for addressing climate change. I told you, for those of you who've been following me with Keeping Up with Congress and following me on YouTube, I told you I take special interest in food, air, water, and land. The rest of it, we're going to get it right. But food, air, water, and land, I take very special interest in what's happening. So again, this is in the House. This is in the Senate Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry Committee. It's it's Thursday, May 20th, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Another hearing I want you to pay attention to is the hearings to examine the 21st century communities, focusing on expanding opportunity through infrastructure investments. Let's pay attention. This is in the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee. It's Thursday, May 20th at 10 a.m. Eastern. Pay attention, y'all. We paying attention. We keeping our eyes on Congress. And again, I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. I'm going to use these little breaks to just kind of, again, ask you to go to the website, Tamara for Georgia. Talitha, you don't know, but this is a very soft announcement. I have filed my paperwork. My YouTube family, I have filed my paperwork to Primary Raphael Warnock. He will not go unchallenged. He will not go unchallenged. Go to the website. Like I say, this, you might have to pay. You give a little bit every month. Wait till your pay period comes, however you need to do it. But please go to the website, set up your contribution, give, y'all, because we're going to have to save up. This is a war. This is a war. We're going to have to fight to get our reparations. So I am Tamara Johnson Shealy, y'all. I see you, my clubhouse family. I see you stepping in. Stay with me, y'all. I'm going to come back the half hour, and we're going to have a robust conversation. So let's go into the House bills. HR 806, for those of you, we follow House bills, we follow U.S. Senate bills. So we'll start with HR 806, which is the Clean Energy and Sustainability Accelerator Act. This is introduced by Representative Debbie Dingell, Democrat out of Michigan. I looked it up. This is the legislation that will create the Clean Energy and Sustainability Accelerator, which would leverage public and private funds to invest in clean energy technologies and infrastructure. The accelerator will provide financing to eligible regional, state, and local green banks. And I want y'all to see this word, green banks. I'm not very familiar with green banks. I had to look it up, and I'll tell you what it is in just a moment. State and local green banks make investments directly into projects that reduce carbon emissions, support workers and communities negatively impacted by the climate transition, and provide technical assistance for the startup of new green banks around the United States. Y'all, what are these green banks? See, Keeping Up with Congress. These are things we're going to have to know a little something about. It also will require that 40% of all investments be directed into disadvantaged communities facing climate impacts. Green banks, y'all. Green banks. The OECD had to look that up too. See, you see the stuff that we don't know. What we don't know is what we have to work on finding out, figuring out, so that when we get to Congress, we're not behind the 8 ball. We'll have something to negotiate with. We don't have to figure it out. We already know what's going on. So the OECD, I'll tell you what that is in just a minute. defines a green bank as a public, quasi-public, or nonprofit entity established specifically to facilitate private investments into domestic, low-carbon, climate-resistant, resilient infrastructure. Very broad. We got some work to do. We got some research to do, y'all, to understand these green banks and this what's going into them. But the OECD is the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, is an international organization that works to build better policies for better lives. Still broad. We got a deep dive, y'all. This is where we got to do work. I know we spend a lot of time on YouTube. I see you, my YouTube family. I know we spend a lot of time in Clubhouse. I see you, my Clubhouse family. But we spend a lot of time talking about how we feel and what we think. It's time to start digging in and doing this research and looking at what these legislators are doing and not doing and holding them accountable. We got work to do. We got work to do, family. Let's move to the next bill, HR 807, Investment in Child Safety Act. Investment in Child Safety Act. This is Representative Eshoo, Anna Eshoo. It's a Democrat out of California. Look this up, of course. The Invest in Child Safety Act would direct $5 billion, y'all. This would a B. And mandatory funding to investigate and target the predators and abusers who create and share child sexual abuse material online. It also directs substantial new funding for community-based efforts to prevent children from becoming victims in the first place. And it would create a new White House office to coordinate efforts across federal agencies. So yeah, this is some good legislation. HR 807, Invest in Child Safety Act, Representative Eshoo, Democrat out of California. Like I say, we got to know the players. We got to know the game. What's going on in Congress? Keeping up with Congress. That's why this room is so important. I'm going to come to you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. right here on YouTube. And then I'll take the next 30 minutes and come to you and spend some time with my Clubhouse family where we can have a robust conversation. Keeping up with Congress, y'all. HR 807. HR 808 is in Banking for Human Traffickers Act. I found this quite interesting. In Banking for Human Traffickers Act of 2021. This is Representative Phil Fitzpatrick. He's a Republican out of Pennsylvania. Y'all, this is something that we probably don't know. Okay, let's hear this. He recently unveiled a bipartisan bill, he and another representative, that would direct federal banking regulators, law enforcement, and financial institutions to cooperate on combating the use of America's financial systems for human trafficking. Here's the kicker, y'all. Listen to this. The International Labor Organization estimates that more than $150 billion in illegal profits are made annually from forced labor, and $99 billion is earned from the victim of sexual exploitation, making human trafficking the third most lucrative criminal enterprise globally. Now, that data I did not know. The third most lucrative criminal enterprise globally is human trafficking. Wow. Keeping up with Congress, y'all. And that's HR 808. HR 809 is the Lift Up Act of 2021, Lift Up Act of 2021. This bill extends the 6-month period during which the Small Business Associates Administration, y'all, tongue-tied a little bit, must subsidize payments on certain loans made in response to COVID-19 for those who have previously received SBA disaster assistance for non-COVID emergencies. So this extends the 6-month period on those SBA monies, y'all. So pay attention. This is Representative Fletcher, Lizzie Fletcher, Democrat out of Texas. HR 809, Lift Up Act of 2021. HR 810. HR 810. I usually go through about 10 bills. We're almost there, y'all. We've got 5 more to go, and we'll close it out. Hey, family. I see you over here in YouTube, y'all. Good evening, family. Yes, you said a Federal Reparations Agency. That's right, the FA. We got the VA. We're going to have the RA, the Reparations Administration. That's right. She says he's talking about the children coming through the border. Yep. Hey family, I see you, Universal Mike. I see you. Thank you for joining me on YouTube. I see you, my Clubhouse family. I see you. I'll be over there with you in just a few minutes, and we can have a conversation. We can keep this conversation going. HR 810 to amend the National Trail Systems Act to direct the Secretary of the Interior to conduct a study on the feasibility of designating the Chief Standing Bear National Historic Trail and for other purposes. So this is a trail. This bill directs the Department of the Interior to conduct a study on feasibility on designating as a National Historic Trail the Chief Standing Bear Trail. Y'all, this trail extends 550 miles from Niobrara, Nebraska to Ponca City, Oklahoma, which follows the route taken by Chief Standing Bear and the Ponca people during the federal Indian removal, and 550 miles from Ponca City through Omaha to Niobrara, Nebraska, which follows the return route taken by Chief Standing Bear and the Ponca people. So yeah, HR 810, I think I'm telling you, it's a reckoning happening in this country. It's a reckoning. I don't think in any other time, maybe if it has, I haven't seen it or I haven't paid attention to this extent that I'm paying attention now, but it's a reckoning happening. America gonna have to give back these lands. America gonna have to do right by the native people. Those of us who are descendants of slavery in this country, they're gonna have to do right by us. They're gonna have to do right by the natives who lived on this land prior to the boat making it over here from England. No. They're gonna have their record. This is a reckoning that's happening. You see it. You see over in California, they got to give back the beach. I got a inbox, some land over up in New York is going back. It's all kinds of stuff happening. It's a reckoning. That's why I know we're about to get reparations. We're about to get our repair, our redress. HR 811, y'all. HR 811. To require all individuals in the executive branch to comply with executive orders imposing mandates on the people of the United States. So this is something I'm like, what is this? They look like this Representative Louis Gohmert, Republican out of Texas, seems to be mad at Joe Biden. This bill requires the president, vice president, and all officers and employees in the executive branch to comply with each executive order that imposes a mandate on the people of the United States. Yeah, he mad at Joe Biden. This is a get back bill, y'all. This is a get back bill. HR 811. I love for somebody to dive into the specifics and let's do some research on HR 11. Why he mad? He mad. Joe Biden, what you doing to these people? HR 812. Security First Act. This is Representative Gonzalez, Tony Gonzalez, Republican out of Texas. Representative Gonzalez. We're almost there, y'all. This is his first bill as a member of Congress. The Security First Act focuses on providing more resources to law enforcement through Operation Stone Garden. Operation Stone Garden is a grant program that allows local law enforcement to augment Border Patrol efforts at the southern border. Congressman Gonzalez's district encompasses over 820 miles of the U.S.-Mexico border, the most of any congressional district. So this is Representative Gonzalez. This is his bill, HR 812, the Security First Act. We're almost there, y'all. HR 813. We see a lot of these post office designations. So this is to designate the facility, the United States Post Office, as the Jose Hernandez Post Office building. So this is HR 813. We see a lot of those bills, y'all. Again, in keeping up with Congress, a lot of things we see are abortion bills. We see veterans. We see a lot of immigration, a lot of national security. We've seen a lot of gun legislation. We see a lot of streamlining. Those are the ones that we've kind of seen a lot. But those of you who've been keeping up with Congress with me, who've been following along, thank you guys for just staying in the fight with me. Thank you for staying in the fight with me. We just have work to do, and I'm committed to doing the work. HR 814, we're almost there. HR 814 is the Union Accountability Act. Representative Kevin Hearns, Republican out of Oklahoma. This bill nullifies the executive order titled Protecting the Federal Workforce, which was issued on January 22nd, 2021. Look like he mad at Biden too, y'all. Let's dive into some of these bills. Let's figure out what are they saying that they mad about with Biden. Representative Hearn, Kevin Hearn, Republican out of Oklahoma. Union Accountability Act. Yeah, I want y'all to dive into this one. This is specific to protecting the federal workforce. This is one of Biden's executive orders. Is a presidential executive order issued by President Joe Biden on January 22nd, 2021, that revoked executive orders issued by former President Donald Trump that the Biden administration claims undermines the merit system protections of the federal civil service and hindered collective bargaining activities. Oh yeah, he reversing some Trump stuff, so they mad, y'all. Let's pay attention. HR 814, keeping up with Congress. Representative Hearn, Kevin Hearn, Republican out of Oklahoma. All right, we're at the half hour. We are done. This is our last bill for the evening. This is HR 815, Arctic Refuge Protection Act, the Arctic Refuge Protection Act. I told you again, I pay special attention to food, air, water, and land. We got to get that right to survive on this planet. So food, air, water, and land, I pay very close attention to. So this bill, HR 815, Representative Huffman, Jared Huffman, Democrat out of California. This bill repeals the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge oil and gas program. You're all in oil and gas right now. You know, they want wind and solar. So there's this fight between oil and gas and wind and solar and clean air. So they're duking it out. This is Representative Huffman, Jared Huffman, Democrat out of California. And again, y'all, we have reached the half hour. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. This is Keeping Up with Congress. I am back on the campaign trail to the United States Senate. This is a soft announcement. I will be making a formal announcement next month. I have filed my paperwork. We are back on the campaign trail to the United States Senate. We are primarying Raphael Warnock. We are primarying him. How dare you stand in that pulpit of Dr. King and you don't have a specific Black agenda? How dare you stand in that pulpit of Dr. King and you don't fight for those of us who are descendants of slavery in this country? We're going to keep up with that dude. I see you, my YouTube family. Please, if you haven't hit that like button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. Make sure you share this. I will be back with you again tomorrow. Again, I'm going to come to you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 5:30 right here on YouTube. But I'm going to take another half hour and go over here with my Clubhouse family, my new family over here at Clubhouse. I love all of you. I love all y'all, but we've been rocking over here on Clubhouse. So if you haven't gotten that app, please get on the Clubhouse app. Join us. A lot of great conversations over here. So again, I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. Please go to the website, Tamara, Tamara. You see it here on the screen, but let me spell it for you in Clubhouse. Tamara, Tamara, 4, FOR, GeorgiaSpelledOut.com. Go ahead. Like I said, you might have to get on a monthly plan. Like I'm going to give her so many dollars every month. But look, we got money to raise. We got a race to win. Thus far, we are the only two. I'm the only candidate that has decided to primary Raphael Warnock. So let's get this party started. We got work to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow night right here on YouTube. Stay with me, Clubhouse family. I'm coming over there to join you. Have a good night, everybody.